Hi, welcome to week 3. You guys did a very good job on your analysis of Blake's The Sick Rose. Traditionally, this text usually is read as a narrative of male sexual aggression against a female victim, which appears to be sustained by the text's major images. For instance, the rose is usually identified as female, the worm as male. The rose is seen as passive, whereas the worm is active. Now, occasionally, variant readings are suggested, but in most instances they don't gain much traction. The new critics would focus very carefully on specific textual details in an attempt to decode its meaning, which somehow exists inside of the text and which is discoverable given enough persistence. The assumption of the new critics was that reading and interpretation can be scientific and can point to a specific and delimited interpretation of a text. Like science, each reading offered advances a steady progress towards the text's truth. In this movement, there was little room for individuality or subjectivity, because these two variables seldom, if ever, contributed to an objective truth. Now, while I asked you to focus on specific features of Blake's words and images, it was with the end of identifying features that generate responses in you as you read. Your goal was to understand what these features were and why they impacted upon you in the ways that they did. In this instance, subjectivity was front and center of our inquiry, and Blake's text offered raw material for our own exploration and creativity. This is often an unfamiliar shift for many readers, who still invest the author, history, and culture with authority. What we're doing in this exercise is to recenter authority onto ourselves as readers. And what better way to do this than through the use of the first-person pronoun I. This week, we're taking a look at a very challenging topic, ideology. The problem with discussing ideology is that our conversations are formed by ideological assumptions of our own, both known and unknown. And often, these ideological assumptions can be painful for us and those around us. We are products of our culture and ideologies in much the same way that we are products of our genetic histories. With this said, we don't have to be prisoners of our past. This week's series of activities should be interesting. Please take care.